Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man, y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. I got a mic check going on, 1 2 1 2. Salute to everybody in the building. I got a mic check 1 2 1 2 going on. Appreciate all y'all that's gonna tap on in. If y'all can hear me, press 1 in the comments. Press 1 in the comment section. If you guys can hear me in the building, salute to all of y'all for tapping on in. I appreciate you guys. What the fuck are you doing? This nigga's a fucking clown. Hold on, y'all. What the fuck is you doing, my nigga? What the fuck is you doing, bro? Hold on. I know what the fuck is you doing? Pussy ass nigga. What the fuck is you doing, nigga? What the fuck wrong with you, bro? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What the fuck is that shit about, nigga? Fuck that shit, pussy. You got what, nigga? You fucking got, nigga. Yo, my bad, y'all. Yo, my bad, man. Motherfucker tried to cut me off on the road. Motherfucker tried to cut me off on the road, acting crazy as hell and shit like that. When I jumped out just now, they got shook up. Hold on, my bad, y'all. Hold on. My bad, y'all. All right, so, let me see. Y'all hear me? Yeah. All right, so, look, man, let's get into this video, y'all. So, basically, this is a situation that's going on, man. The guy, sex worker, the escort, basically, who was blaming Diddy and Cassie, specifically banging on Cassie. He was going hard on Cassie, saying that Cassie was complicit and that she was doing this at her own free will and things like that. He basically now said that his lawyer at that time, Tyrone Blackburn, told him to lie, wanted him to lie on Diddy and make up allegations on Diddy. Now, you got people on the internet saying, oh, man, how can you take him serious? He has a criminal history. He has a criminal record. Man, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is the second person that said that Tyrone Blackburn don't lie. I don't know Tyrone Blackburn. But that girl, Brianna Bongolan, she got on the stand in court and said that Tyrone Blackburn lied on her lawsuit and put allegations up there. He put D's on the allegation. Like he put extra on the allegations and basically was saying, you know what I'm saying, that that she said Tyrone Blackburn said that Diddy sexually assaulted her when he hung her over the balcony. She was like that he didn't do that. He didn't like grope her. He just hung her over the balcony. You know what I'm saying? It's literally what she said. But she said that Tyrone Blackburn put that in there, and she said that was a lie, and that's why she fired Tyrone Blackburn. Now, she said that in court under oath. Now, that's why I told you guys, when I seen that lawsuit come out with Tyrone Blackburn and that dude and Fat Joe, I kept saying, like, I don't know this Tyrone Blackburn guy, but he got a lot of people, because now this is two people. That girl said that under oath in the court of law. Now, this other guy who did the interview on Art of Dialogue, shout out to my brother Art of Dialogue's channel, Clayton Howard, he's now saying that this dude wanted him to lie and basically, you know, put it on Diddy. Put the most of it on Diddy when he says that Cassie was just as complicit, if not pushing even more. Now, here's what I say to that, right? Once again, I can't call this dude a liar. Why can't I call this dude a liar, you guys? Because the time he was there, he can only speak about when he was with Diddy and Cassie. That's the only thing he can really speak about. You understand what I'm saying? So his time with Cassie is the time he can talk about. Y'all got to think about that. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got to think about that. That's the time that he was there. So anything that happened outside that he can't really speak on. So people keep calling this dude a liar because y'all want him to say something when really, maybe that's really what he saw. Maybe that's what he saw is Cassie, you know, down with the play. You guys do know that Cassie was given immunity. She was a confidential informant. She was given immunity in this case, right? So it wasn't like, you know, Diddy was just forcing her to do it every time. The thing is that that's not what it has to be sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, you can get done one time, according to the law, is what I'm saying. But he's saying the times he was with him, he didn't see that. And he said he seen Cassie voluntarily doing stuff on her own. This is the thing I don't like about what people saying. People trying to degrade this dude for saying what he saw while he was there. This is why y'all got to remember to put this in the context. You understand what I'm saying? When he was there. He can't talk about what happened when he wasn't there. You can say you don't believe him, but what makes you believe Cassie? What makes you believe anybody else? If you say you don't believe him, make it make sense. Think about this. The prosecution didn't call him once again. Why? Because they knew he was going to get Cassie smoked. The defense didn't call him. Listen, with his testimony against Cassie, Diddy's lawyers could have called him up there, put him on the stand, but guess what? He had testimony against Diddy as well, which would have hurt them because he's saying that Diddy sex trafficked him as well. So he would have been detrimental to both of them. So this is the reason why neither one of them called him up. Now he's saying, back to Tyrone, he's saying that Tyrone Blackburn tried to get him to lie. That's what he's saying about Tyrone Blackburn. Now, again, that girl, Brianna Mongolan, she said under oath that Tyrone Blackburn put D's on her allegation. What do I mean? Once again, when I say put D's on it, like, for example, if she's saying that Diddy hung her over the balcony, but she's saying that he put in the lawsuit that, oh, well, he sexually, groped her or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, by the breast or whatever like that. Again, now people keep saying, oh, he's a tremendous liar. How do you guys know? Y'all wasn't there. He was there. And I'm going to say this again. This is a guy who's giving both of them smoke. And he's telling his story from his perspective. And guess what? He was the one sleeping with Cassie. So who would know better than a person who was sleeping with Cassie? Also, let me say this. Whether we like the jurors or not, they saw the tapes. We didn't. Right? So Diddy might have been in there saying, directing and shit like that. And again, it could have been under manipulative circumstances. But he also said he seen Cassie take drugs sometimes by herself without Diddy giving her something. Now, this could have been because of the after effects of, once somebody gets you on it, then you want it yourself. People got to think about that part of it too. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a very manipulative type of situation. But with that lawyer situation, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If Tyrone Blackburn continue to have people come out and say stuff like this, he's gonna have to answer this stuff, bro. Because I didn't hear him say anything about that girl Brianna Mongolan's allegations. I didn't hear Tyrone Blackburn come out and say a word about that. With this, he's going to have to say something about this. Let me repeat myself again. Tyrone Blackburn is not going to get away with not saying nothing about this. Because now this is multiple people that have come out and said this stuff about him. So y'all can't say everybody's liars when they're saying this. He's going to have to come forward and say his piece. Did you have, see, this is the thing. Did he have recordings of when he met with this guy to get his allegations down? Sometimes lawyers will do that, if I'm not mistaken. They will record, you know what I'm saying, your interaction with them as far as your statements and stuff to when they're doing their, lawsuit, when they have an interview with you or whatever like that, they may record it just to get all it, not miss any information. Does he have those recordings or official transcripts from their meeting? Because I'm pretty sure they didn't have no meeting without no transcripts, right? So these things all would come into play if you're dealing with real professional lawyers, you know what I'm saying? If you're dealing with real professional lawyers, you know what I mean? And so everybody just can't be running around here just calling everybody a liar because you don't like what they said. Once again, this guy, and I'm going to say it again. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to say it again. This guy is speaking from what he saw. Y'all got to understand this. This guy saw them at the freak offs. So by the time they got to the freak offs, shit, he only seeing what he saw there. That's his perspective. Now, if somebody else seen them outside of the freak offs, like the hairstylists and stuff like that, they can speak on different things, which they did. Nobody called them a liar. They spoke on different aspects, right? So the hairstylist was like, yeah, I seen Cassie didn't want to do it. They was on the outside of the freak off. So they saw things that happened outside of the freak offs too. This is the part that people got to really understand. So when y'all talking trash about this dude, Clayton Howard, I don't accept it. I tend to believe his story because why would he have to come out here and lie and ain't nobody lying making up no story like that. As meticulous as he is, and he is a great storyteller, but he ain't going to make up all those intricate details just lying and capping. Now, some people say, oh, well, he said something different here. He said something different there. He might have left something out in one interview and then put it in a different interview. But from the basis of what I heard him saying, it's been pretty much the same. He's leaned heavily on saying that Cassie was complicit and that she was not being forced, right? And he was saying that when Diddy was beating her, right, he was saying it wasn't because she didn't want to have the freak offs. Now, here's the thing. He was saying it was just domestic violence. Now, here's the thing you got to think about, you guys. When he says, oh, it was just domestic violence, the question that you got to ask him is, if Cassie was complicit with everything Diddy wanted to do, why the hell he had to beat her? What man beats on a woman just for the fun of it, just for the hell of it? Answer that question. Nobody asked him that question. And see, that's the thing. You have to ask him that question. See what I'm saying? Bro, if everything was complicit with Diddy and Cassie was down with all this shit, why was Diddy whooping on her ass? These are legitimate questions. Why was Diddy whooping on his ass? And everybody keeps talking about he's a liar. You can't call somebody a liar and you wasn't there. You just wasn't there. I'm sorry. I'm not going to call somebody a liar and I wasn't there personally in the freak offs. It was 3 people in those freak offs with him, Cassie, and Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? Simple as that. So it's funny how people who weren't there, who didn't see the tapes, just easily come out and call him a liar and talk about, oh, he got a criminal record. Man, y'all got to think, y'all got to use y'all mind when y'all think about this stuff. This man is talking from his perspective, from what he saw. If he was there only during the freak offs, guess what? All he saw what was going on during the freak offs. He wouldn't be privy to any other information because his role was to show up in the room. So he didn't see what was going on outside the room. He just telling you what he seen when they got in the room. Right? I've explained that again to all of y'all. To the person who said I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. You got to use your brain when you think about this stuff. You can't just say dumb shit and hope it sticks. It's not going to work. You can't just say dumb shit and hope that stuff sticks. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, it's not going to work. What up, Playboy? It's not going to work. So I'm just telling y'all what it is, right? Everybody quit to call that dude a liar and won't nobody in that room except for him, Cassie, and Diddy. And he said, it should let y'all know why they didn't put him on that stand. Either side, because he had smoke for both sides. That's why I feel like his testimony is very trustworthy. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Think about this. Think about what I just said to y'all. They're not gonna put somebody on that stand that they feel like is in any way, shape, or form going to come at Cassie in a certain way. They're not putting them on the stand. They're not putting them on the stand, right? And so remember, once again, he was in the room. He was in the room. Y'all got to remember this. He was in the room. So when we say he was in the room, you got to take your feelings out of it. If you wasn't in the room, you wasn't in the room. He was, right? What's up, Playboy? All right. So that's how y'all got to look at that shit, right? Like I just said. So that's just the truth about the situation, man. I think everybody is, overblowing this shit, man. You know what I mean? I think everybody's overblowing the situation when they trying to get mad at the dude because, again, dude speaking from his perspective. He got a right to say what he saw. And I don't think he should be slandered for saying that because I'm going to tell you something. Me listening to him, you know what I'm saying? Very detailed. You got to be a cold-blooded liar to make up the details he was making up. He's just a very good at getting his point across. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what, y'all? If he was up there shivering and shaking and his story wasn't together, guess what y'all would have been saying about dude? Oh, Ticket, man, look at this guy. Ticket, this guy's a clown. He ain't got his story together. That's what y'all would have been saying. Yeah. So that's why I said what I said, right? I ain't got no motherfucking. That's why I was saying what I was saying, right? So, yeah, man. Hold on, what y'all said? Yeah, y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in, man. But yeah, that's the breakdown of the situation, yo. That's all there is to it. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna really go further than that with y'all as far as this whole situation is concerned. That's what I feel about it. And I don't think that he's lying about his experience. And you guys got to remember, that's his experience. If we wasn't in the room, we just can't outright say, hey, man, he a lying ass dude. How you going to say that if we wasn't in the room? You know what I'm saying? Then you have to use your thinking caps. You have to say, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You have to think about, okay, what was his perspective? It's like people want him to come out and lie or say something that he didn't see or say something that he didn't experience. No, I'd rather him keep it real and talk about what he experienced. But he's the second person that's saying that this lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, now you got to go listen to the Art of Dialogue interview. He's the second person that come out. One person said it under oath in the court of law. Y'all got to think about that. One person said it under oath. So if you got somebody saying that under oath, man, that's a real crazy situation. You got somebody saying that under oath. You know what I mean? That means that, listen, and I didn't hear Tyrone Blackburn come out and file no lawsuit against that girl either. Because he could have filed a lawsuit against her for slander. If she lied on Tyrone Blackburn, he could have filed a lawsuit against her for slander. Period. You know what I mean? He could have filed a slanderous lawsuit against her if that was the case. So I didn't see him do that. So, I think that that speaks volumes. Somebody going in a federal court and lies on you under oath. Those are terms for you to file a lawsuit against that person for defamation of character. Right? So that's just what it is, man. And I think everybody need to understand that, man. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, I don't know Tyrone Blackburn. I don't know anything really about him too much stuff where he filing lawsuits against a few of these celebrities. You know what I mean? But when you have a few people, now you have two different people, one under oath and one that's going on an interview saying that, hey, man, this guy, you know what I'm saying? He questionable, and that's what they're saying. You really got to think about that. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all feel on that, man. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.